How are you going to navigate the upcoming week of July 22nd through the 28th? Hi, I'm Laura with Heartdriven Tarot, and that's what we're going to look at with a 3-card reading. Tarot advice from Spirit through 3 tarot cards. As we go through the journey, or joining me on the journey of learning crystals, the crystal theme for this week is the Fire Agate. That's the card I selected. And the overall theme is, how do you maintain grace under pressure? Those are the key words, grace under pressure. And of course, the theme song that goes along with it that popped right into my mind was that song by David Bowie, Under Pressure. So that will be the song. What the overall energy of this crystal Fire Agate is the following. This crystal offers you a layer of protection against external influences, helping you stay strong regardless of what is happening in your immediate environment. And it helps you through difficult situations with grace. In other words, walk through the fire unscathed, which reminds me of back in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s, Tony Robbins, motivational speaker Tony Robbins. Remember, he had those fire walks, as did some other motivational speakers. That is one thing that you would not get me to do. I did do the breaking through the board finally after, I think, bruising the edge of my hand, because I did attend several Tony Robbins seminars, but one thing I would not even attempt to do is that walking across the fire coals. I know some people have been able to do it, not me. Not something I would attempt. But the overall theme is grace under pressure, so that'll be in our reading, that thought. And also the Archangel card that I selected for this week is Clairaudience. This is by the Oracle Archangels by Doreen Virtue. And the angel is Archangel Zadkiel. Notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. So if you are dealing with difficult situations, you want to have grace under pressure. And one way to do that is to pause, step back, reflect, try to listen, tap into that inner guidance. Now, is this easy? No. It's much easier said than done. And it's something I too often forget to do. When I am in a crisis or extremely difficult situation, the first thing I forget to do is pause. Often, I'll say, not always, but I often forget to really seek divine guidance. And that is the first step. And if you don't believe in that type of a higher power, divinity, think of it as accessing the highest part of you, the most intelligent, the wisest part of you. That's what I'd say. So that's what I often forget to do in crises, but that's the best thing to do. So let's see, turn the camera down. For this week, what 3 pieces of advice Spirit has for us, especially to handling difficult situations. First card is the Justice card reversed. Second card, Knight of Wands. And third card, Queen of Cups. So this week coming up, and what we may be handling or dealing with, Justice card reversed. Of course, the Justice card is a major arcana. When it's upright, as you can see, it's number 11. Let me put this closer here, that's better. Number 11 in the classic tarot deck by Barbara Moore. We see when it's upright, we have Lady Justice here, who's standing very tall, erect. She's definitely authoritative. She's got her sword of truth sticking straight up in the air, and then her scales, the balancing of things, next to her there. Given that this is reversed, it suggests to me that what may come up this week is or are situations that may require you to really turn within, to think about and to pause before taking any external action really tune in. And it's important because this is a major arcana card, so that means it has extra weight. It's archetypal energy. Turn within, and before taking any action, pause and really think through. What is the best way to handle this? Grace under pressure. With equanimity, with fairness, with balancing of scales that will benefit or be fair to everyone involved. That is what seems to be coming up in this week. That an opportunity for you to really think through a situation on how to best handle it, and something that's important to you. But the advice is, before taking any external action, turn within and deeply think about how you want to navigate this through in the most equitable way possible, the most fair way possible. Take my sip of my tea. Now, the next card that popped that I selected was the Knight of Wands. And we see here, of course, the wands are the symbol and the element of fire. And that fire energy, that passion, that drive, that purpose. And the knights, of course, are more of a youthful energy, and they are one of the court cards in the tarot that are moving forward with a lot of dynamism and energy, especially three of them. In particular, the Knight of Wands as well as the Knight of Swords. What I would say here is that you will have an opportunity this week, because it's the fire energy and the passion energy, to move forward on some area in your life in which you have a lot of drive and energy and passion. And that's what's being called upon. That you are being called to do that. You are being called to move forward, have that youthful energy, bring life into a situation. And we see here, it's the desert. And I think this image reminds me of, or it comes to my mind is that it's bringing life and bringing energy into what is otherwise somewhat like a dead zone. It seems to be lacking in life. It's arid land, it's dry, it's the desert. But you are being asked to bring forth life, that life force and that energy. So think of what you have up on your plate in the coming week, and if this is appropriate, where you can an area in which you can bring the most life where it's most needed. That's what I'm trying to say. Where life and energy, that life energy is most called for. And then finally, the Queen of Cups. When upright, of course, the cups represent feelings, emotions, sentiments, the flow feelings coming from the heart. And we have this queen here. She has a huge chalice on her left. She's got mermaids atop of her throne of a shell, very much an ocean and sea vibe. She has that kind of sassy sense to her, sassy feeling, sassy vibe about her. And so though, given that this was reversed, I selected it reversed, it's suggesting to me that, and it's bookending this reading, that this week gives you an opportunity in your activities to think through and to be authoritative, but before you take action, think about how to best communicate your feelings. Take that time to pause first, because you want to make sure that they are received in the best way possible. That's what's coming to me because of this inverted Queen of Cups. I mean, the Queen of Cups is a woman who is comfortable with her feelings, lets them flow, is confident. But given this reverse, it's suggesting to me that before voicing your feelings, before communicating them, before sharing them, to pause and turn within and think about the best way that you can communicate them so that they come out in the most authoritative but loving way. I would say that. It needs to come from the heart. Turn within and pause so that you present it and so they will be best received. That's what's coming to me with the Queen of Cups reversed, is first turning to your heart and getting a sense of, okay, what is most needed? What would be the most loving way to communicate this before actually stepping out and sharing the feelings with others? That is what came to my mind intuitively. So overall, this week is a time where it's bookended by these two cards, reversals, is that you need to turn within, be careful. If you have pressure situations, difficult situations, that is what's being called for, to approach them in a measured way, carefully thought out way, while at the same time taking advantage of an opportunity to bring life where there may be a lack of life, or there may be just not enough animation, that you are also called upon to do that this week. I hope this reading has been helpful for you. If you've not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And until next time, remember, illumine your mind, inspire your life with Heart-Driven Tarot.